That's Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What comes after 5? I don't math. Just go with all the numbers. The rest of them. Infinite. Now they will never figure out that I can't math. But what happens when the next game comes out? Dang! Hey there. You're looking good today. Yo, what is going on, heroes and heroines? It is I, the fanatical Akii Vega, coming to you today with another episode of the Hype Train. On the queue for you is one of the most highly anticipated next-gen games for 2021, Halo Infinite. We have been without one of these main attracting Halo games since the addition of Halo 5 Guardians in 2015. While some people may have been staved off by that game's multiplayer, one of the many spin-offs, 343 Industries has finally decided to gift you the Infinite installment of the game. If you clicked on this video blindly and don't know what Halo is, I'm guessing you had a hard time making it out of bed this morning. Halo is one of those rare video game series that has lasted almost 2 decades at this point and has become a multicultural and multi-platform phenomenon. You got Netflix series, you got sketch comedy shows, you got live action movies that you probably don't want to see. Comics, esports. Master Chief is a character synonymous with video games just as much as Mario, Snake, or the great mighty Pooh.
Oh my god.
Never mind that. No one is as great as the great mighty Pooh. For me personally, it was one of those games along with Pokemon that really introduced me to video games as a whole. Now, back when I was a youngin', me and my brothers would get together and play some Griff Ball or some Shouty Rockets, which is a nightmare to play, but the most fun couch co-op you will ever have. And to sum it up is this: it's first-person shooter largely based around combat with aliens. And isn't that just all I need to say? You dummy. Infinite was originally set to be a launch title for the Xbox Series S and X. However, a swoon of delays have pushed its release back to this fall. The delays are just them working on graphics and pushing that next-gen technology. Please forgive them, for they are working so hard on it for it to be a so-called spiritual reboot of the series. And I suppose you're expecting me to know what that means, so I guess I'll get to my job now. Without further ado, here's what's new with Halo Infinite. Ooh, it sounds like a new catchphrase in the making. Currently out there's a 9-minute demo reel that was showed off at last year's Xbox Showcase that you can check out on YouTube. And it gave us a sweet little chef's kiss taste on what the game will look like. And from what I noticed, the aesthetic of the game seems mighty familiar, with familiar green Rocky Craig landscapes, familiar foes, and the iconic Spartan weapons. There is a push for the game to be open world, which if the rumors are true, that's what it's shaping up to be. Is that what the kids are into these days? Open world games? Back in my day, we had linear games. You either go this way, or you stop playing the game. And I don't understand why the Chinese... Oh, granddad, this just... Let's go this way. Sorry. Now it's looking that they're going all out open world, which means free range, and not just the sort of limited open you'd see in a game like Uncharted. This is another game claiming to be bigger than its previous iterations, by at least several times. That's right, the campaign maps will be at least 2 o'clock bigger than the last games combined. You get it? 'Cause times. Alright. These maps will also contain consistent day and night cycles, which we can only assume to mean that the player will spend lots of time within one large location, with several campaign quests and side quests taking place within the same map. Some of these locations take you to several deep places in the world, all of which have somewhat of a power level to them, marked by how difficult they are. Kind of like in Assassin's Creed and other RPGs, where you can just walk up to some woods and just be like, its power level of this tree is over 9,000! I know that one's old, but sometimes you just gotta do it for the memes. These types of map progressions usually work by restricting access to a certain part of the map based on character progression. Now all I know is that these will be based on difficulty. That doesn't depict whether or not Master Chief will have some sort of leveling up system. But there are upgrades based around combat utilities. You know, like when you want to punch your electric bill because it's just so high. Looking at you, Ted. Quit leaving the TV on at night. With elements seen in the gameplay demo like the grappling hook and the deployable shield, an upgrade system makes sense. That would allow the user to develop a more personalized approach to dealing damage to those little derpy aliens and those big, not so derpy ones. I will say a bit of the gameplay did remind me of Doom Eternal, especially with the grapple hook. That game featured Doom Guy running around with jetpacks and boosters and ripping aliens a new one by punching a hole in their face. Like, psh, ow! And if they did, it would be a good game to draw inspiration from a fellow first-person alien shooter. As far as the story is concerned, the main antagonists seem to be a group called the Banished from Halo Wars 2. They say it's a bit of a departure from the previous enemies, the Covenant, but not like super mega duper different. They have a new leader called Escada! Sorry, I mean, say weird things when I sneeze sometimes. Escada! Escarum, Monkey-Nosed Thanos here, seems bent on the destruction of the human race with the same motivations as One Punch Man. Based on his little monologue in the gameplay trailer, it seems he's motivated to genocide by the thrill of the fight. And he seems to breathe his stank breath right on you as a means to fight Master Chief. I mean, I wouldn't know what his breath smells like, but he just looked like he don't brush his teeth that often. But for a little more information on the Banished, they are a mercenary group that rose to power shortly after the Human Covenant War. Atriox, what a powerful name. Atriox, its former leader, rebelled against the Covenant after seeing so many of his comrades die fighting in their war. But that's a story for Halo Wars 2. Many years have passed since Atriox, and the Banished are led by a new man, creature thing. But over the years, the Banished have seemed to develop a sort of conquest mentality, causing Escada to become a villain for fun. The protagonist, who I'm sure you guys know, Master Chief, which I definitely keep forgetting that his actual name is John. But for the fear of change, we'll continue to call him first name Mass, last name Turchief. When we last left him, he had defeated the Didact and thought to have lost Cortana, only to have her reappear and threaten to use the Guardians to waste a big chunk of the everything. So Mass wasn't able to stop her in the last game. So currently, he was on the run. And in the trailer, it looks like he was found floating in space after some attack, where he was rescued by this guy. And now, since the computerized entity that Microsoft has graciously put in all of our homes, hey Cortana,
I'm going to punch a child,
has turned evil, Halo Infinite will likely put on the finishing touches to the end of Master Chief and Cortana's story. Why do I say that? Because reportedly, this will be the last standalone Halo game for at least a decade. Yes, that means the end of the Master Chief saga, if these reports are to be believed. That doesn't mean the game will just stop being developed or anything. Halo Infinite is set to be an ongoing game with multiplayer and DLC campaign and co-op missions sprinkled in throughout the years. So with that being said, I doubt they'll pull a George R.R. Martin on us and make us wait 10 years for the conclusion to their story. It's the end. Just follow it sometime. But did I mention that the game will also But did I mention the campaign will be couch co-op? That'll cheer you up. Yeah, I know what makes you happy. Couch co-op makes you happy. Anyway, for those of you wondering about the multiplayer, the only information that I could really dig up was that it will be free to play. And the design of that and other free to play games means that it will have a focus on trying to make you pay for aesthetics and customization, which is fine, I guess. Because, you know, some of us have self-control. So yeah, I'm talking to you. Kid that maxed out his mother's credit card on Fortnite. The game's free. What are you doing? Now, as far as we know so far, the game is set to be released in the 3rd or 4th quarter of 2021. It's an Xbox and PC exclusive, but get this, it's free for Game Pass subscribers. So, if you're not already subscribed to Game Pass, enjoy the $10 game. Well, that'll do me in for Halo Infinite. Let me know down in the comments if you are hyped for this game. I would like to thank you personally for making it this far into the video. You're a real one, and you look good today. But before you go, do me a little favor. See that like button down there? It's been a real bad boy. It's been real bad. See, you took it to the store, right? You took it to the store and it just got into that cereal aisle and it just knocked all the Apple Jacks onto the floor. You're gonna let him get away with that? You just let that little boy do that? You just gonna let the like button do that? See? No, you take him back to the car. Take him back to the car. And spank that like button. Yes, spank just spank that like button until it's learned its lesson. Join the Hype Train Heroes today by hitting that subscribe button, and I will leave my sources in the description below. Anyway, next time on the Hype Train.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Overwatch 2. See you then. Hype Train, baby.